Good morning, everybody. It's BDF44 coming at you with another video. So, about to make some breakfast right now, but I wanted to turn on the phone here and just make a video about Dame Lillard because everybody saw, of course, that he and LeBron James were both at the game, WNBA game last night, celebrating the 25th anniversary of the WNBA. Congratulations to the WNBA, 25 years strong, and the revenue is coming. I think people need to be patient. I think people need to be patient about the WNBA. I know a lot of people are saying there's a discrepancy in the money that the men are making versus the women. I think if you understand economics, you know that that's normal and that's the way it's supposed to be. It's about revenue. It's about how much money they're bringing in. And I think the ladies are going to bring in better revenue as the game continues to evolve. I've seen the evolution of the ladies' game, even though I don't watch it as much as I know I should. But the evolution is there. The women are getting better, and we're seeing real competitive basketball in that league. And going forward, you will see more of that. So I think the fellows were just ultimately there to celebrate that, to honor that, and I think them being there together and slapping hands was much ado about nothing. I would imagine the conversation that they had was, this is going to be something that they talk about, right? This is all they need. I would imagine that something like that was said to them, and when they laughed and walked past each other, slapped hands, and that was it. I don't think come to the Lakers or nothing corny was said. I really don't believe that. Certain things you don't have to say. You know what I mean? If Dame wants to be a Laker, he don't have to say nothing. He just come to the Laker facility, let them know he wants to be there, or talk to the right people and make sure that the message is sent. There are channels he can send that message through if he wants to be here. That's not something he has to be corny about. And them slapping hands and doing all that other stuff, the people and the media are trying to make it look like it was something more than it was. No. But what I will say is, if I'm Dame Lillard and I'm thinking about leaving Portland, the destination that I want to go to is the Lakers. If I'm him, the Warriors would be interesting, but he would be stepping on Steph Curry's toes and Klay Thompson's toes up there. He's from the Bay. I'm sure he would love to play for the Bay. I'm sure if Steph Curry were to exit, the Bay would probably be a place that he would really, really want to go to. I think that. But as long as Steph Curry's up there, he ain't going to go there. That's not happening. Sacramento would be interesting as well, because I'm thinking about him wanting to be in that area. One of the reasons why I think he loves staying in Portland is because it's so close to Oakland. It's a hop, skip away. He can just drive for about 3 hours. He's there. 20-minute flight, if that. So, I think I kind of get the feeling he want to stay in this area, and that's why I would consider him wanting to go maybe to one of these California teams. The Clippers are not to be ruled out at all. Do not rule them out, especially after the type of season that they had. And considering the fact that Kawhi Leonard is a free agent, I could totally see them trying to do a sign and trade. Kawhi Leonard going to Portland, Dame Lillard coming to LA. I can see something like that happening. I really can. In fact, I wouldn't rule it out. I think it makes sense, to be honest. I don't know if the numbers make sense, but when you talk about trying to put together a deal for Dame Lillard, Kawhi Leonard is, hey, Portland gonna feel pretty good about bringing in Kawhi Leonard if they can pull that off. Not to say that Kawhi is definitely on the move, because I know he doesn't want to leave Los Angeles either. But again, when you consider him possibly being upset with the Clippers, wanting a new fresh start, thinking about what Portland will need, they'll need a player like Kawhi, obviously. So who doesn't? Anyway, and so that's what I think. I just wanted to kind of come in here and say, if I'm Dame Lillard, I'm dreaming of coming to LA. I'm dreaming of coming to the Lakers particularly, because I like the idea of Dame Lillard playing off of LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Obviously, that sounds like redundant, but I'm talking about the styles of play, particularly. You can slap three superstars together and expect the best, but the combination of the players may not necessarily make sense. Dame, Bron, and AD does. Dame is a score-first point guard who specializes in stretching the floor. He's one of the best in the world at that, one of the best ever at that at this point. And you also have him as somebody who closes games, killer instinct, obviously the best killer in the game right now, not named KD or Steph Curry. So that's what I think of him. And there's some other killers too. Don't get it twisted. We got some good ones playing right now, Devin Booker, etc. Chris Paul, But in my mind, he's one of the first people to come to mind. Period. So as I sit here and I consider what LeBron would need, because he's not necessarily somebody who thrives um, in situations where he's expected to have a killer instinct and close teams out. He'll make the last shot, get to the bucket, clutch plays. You've seen him make clutch plays, but you also see him in situations where you want him to be aggressive, sometimes take the passive route. Sometimes he doesn't want to score as much as necessary for us to carry the load. And most importantly, maybe at this stage of his career, he shouldn't be asked to. I think Dame can obviously relieve him of that stress. And of course, even though you would consider AD being the one who would be able to relieve him of that stress, you also want to consider what you're leaving AD with after LeBron James leaves. LeBron is 37 years of age as of the end of December. He's going to retire at some point. And even if he decides not to, you want to be prepared for when he does. And if he stays, of course, you're happy to keep him. But you want to make sure that AD has somebody he can run with down the line, someone along the lines of his age or younger that can keep him in contention well after LeBron James walks away. And we know damn well Lillard can do that. I believe the Lakers can 100% win a championship building around Anthony Davis and Dame Lillard. Absent of LeBron James, we would be just fine. So at this point, I think Dame should be dreaming of what it looks like in greener pastures, period. But the Lakers should be on his list, in my opinion, as a fit. Now, I don't know if his pride would ever want him to leave Portland or go somewhere where he would be teaming up with other stars. I don't know where his head is with that. But I think he may have come to the conclusion that Portland might not be the spot anymore. And if he's thinking about spots, I can't think of too many better ones in terms of fit with the ability to get him the multiple championships that he probably would desire. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, he can go places where he would fit. But is he going to have a chance to win every year? Maybe not. But with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you best believe we're going to be in the finals every year. And if we ain't in the finals, we're in the Western Conference Finals every year, period. That's it. That's just what it is. You can't have that kind of talent and think you ain't going to win. You're going to win. So, and that's what I would tell Dame, like, look, when you get on a team like that, you string together maybe 2-3 championships, and you can get the recognition that you've always believed you deserve. And it's come in some waves, but not like we know it should. You know, not like we know it should. I think Dame Lillard should be probably somebody looking to get his first MVP within the next 2-3 years. And I don't know that he can get that in Portland. I don't know that. But if he comes to the Lakers, some would say he'll get canceled out by the other two stars. But you string together a couple of NBA championships, and you're going to feel real good about what goes on in your career after that regardless. So that's what I think. But, you know, that's going to be a tough thing for the Lakers to do. Obviously, we don't have the trade pieces. You would have to demand to come here so that we can bring the value down to what we can work with. That's the most important part. If he wouldn't demand a trade here, there's no way it would happen. And that's why I'm saying he needs to dream about going to various spots, because some of these places that he would love to go to are going to have to somehow have him force his way there. That's the only way it'll work. It's the only way to work. The good thing is he's Dame Lillard, and I think he can force himself anywhere he wants to go. If Dame Lillard decides he wants to go to the Miami Heat, he'll be a Heat. You know, it's that kind of thing. So we'll see. But I don't think yesterday was an indication that we should be thinking bad things for Portland in regards to Dame Lillard. I don't think that. I don't think that. I think he's very much set on staying in Portland, but I think the rug was just pulled out from underneath him, and now he's faced with the first time we're questioning that. But I think the type of person he is, the way he's wired, deep down, I don't see him leaving Portland at all. I could see him staying there until they trade him, which hopefully never happens. Hopefully he gets the Dirk Nowitzki, that type of treatment, the Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant treatment, because that's the type of player he is. But the only problem is those guys won. I don't know that he can win there. That's the only difference. So that's what I got, man. If he's cool with being Reggie Miller, that's where he's headed. You know, Reggie was an amazing pacer, Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer, clutch extraordinaire. Wasn't able to win because he stayed with the Pacers his whole career. That's it. That's what it was. Pacers were good. They got close. They got to the finals. You know what I mean? No cigar. Couldn't get past Mike. Now, had he been on a super team, and if he had gotten a chance to get on a team with Chuck or a team with David Robinson, if he could have got on that Spurs team, he'd have a ring. but it wasn't meant to be. So anyway, that's what I got, man. That's what I got. My name is BDF44. Thank you guys for watching. Now.